Hello,
Hello.
we're in person,
Yeah.
and welcome to our Hawaiian vacation.
Yeah.
A lot of this,
Hawaiian roller coaster ride.
yes. So it's October. This is our first dress up one. As you could tell, we're Disney bounding.
Yeah.
Is that the phrase?
I think so.
Is that's when you kind of dress up like the person, but not really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm supposed to be Stitch by the fact that I'm wearing blue, and you're Lilo.
Well, I look more like a green bird, but
Green bird.
yeah, I'm Lilo.
Yes, and then we have here some of the stuff that my brother has bought me for
Yay.
from his Hawaiian vacation. So I just have a few things just to kind of set the table. I know we didn't even plan this very
No.
much far ahead. Now
I just came here looking like this. I woke up like this.
exactly like Beyonce. So hello, welcome. We're gonna be doing another podcast. Just real quick, you can hear yourself from the earphones, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, perfect. Let's not do an ASMR. I am gonna edit that out. So we're just gonna talk about a few things. So a lot has happened in 1 week. Also, I've been very busy. As you can
Mhm.
tell. I think probably because it's like my work I do with like high school like groups has been kind of heightened since like it's just been kind of virtual for a lot
Mhm.
of it still, even though some of the students are still coming to school in person.
Yep.
But another thing is that like we're starting to do like an after school like project like every Friday.
Oh.
So there's just a lot of stuff that has to be coordinated, and then a lot of information that has to be condensed because a lot of our students are EL learners, English learners.
Mhm.
Sorry, English learners. So when you when you're in any professions, like letters are shorthand for everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, sorry, English learning students.
Mhm.
Yeah, and when you're trying to cross cultural teach something like Dia de los Muertos, it's a task.
It must be kind of hard to actually understand it from like a different perspective, even though it's like I feel like I know it a little bit, but
Yeah, like you have to kind of like English is like not like don't have like dense English words, really.
yeah,
You know.
yeah.
Um. Oh, is it a 3 day weekend?
Yes, it is.
Oh shoot.
Mhm.
Oh damn. I got a day off Monday. Oh damn.
Woo!
I forgot. I forgot that was a holiday.
I don't
I
even
was
know
just
what
like, I
holiday
was
it
like
is.
3 day weekend. Shit. Okay, let's look at this. Let's look at this. This is a long. This is one of our old intros where we go off on the deep end here.
Honestly,
Oc-
earlier this week I had like um so we got 87 boxes of shipment at our tiny store,
Mhm.
and so I've been working all week.
Mhm.
But today, in regards to this, somebody mentioned, oh yeah, because then she came in with her younger daughter, right?
Oh, okay.
And so I was like, oh, how are you guys doing? She's like, oh yeah, I'm really good. I was like, are you guys just shopping around? She's like, yeah, we're celebrating the weekend starting early because instead of giving us Monday off, they gave us Friday off. And I was like, that
Oh
makes sense.
wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right. So I'm not gonna say who this guy is, but the better version of this holiday is called Indigenous Peoples Day. There you go.
Ah,
There you
okay.
go. We don't talk about him.
I
Is this
clearly forgot.
is
That's
this yours?
yours.
Is this mine? Okay,
That's yours.
sorry. Yeah, it's Indigenous Peoples Day. So, um, yeah.
I'm not
I
gonna.
did not. I forgot that there was a holiday. I was just like, oh my god, I have a 3 day weekend. Ooh, I could do something Monday.
Yeah, no, I when I heard it at work, I was like, huh, I wonder what holiday it is. And I like up until now, I still did not know what it was. I was just like, oh, 3 day weekend.
I gotta be honest. I thought it was in November, but I think November is a different holiday. Like,
Like,
yes, I know it's Thanksgiving, but isn't there like another like Monday off?
I think so. Maybe it's a President's Day or
No, it's
something.
not. President's Day is January. Wait, no,
Black Friday?
no, not Black Friday.
Black, no, but imagine you get a day off on Black Friday. Oh, time to go shopping.
Well, that's the
Woo!
whole point of Black Friday. Also, I'm gonna be at a BTS concert.
You didn't invite me?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm not even gonna be there. I'm dropping some people off.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Hopefully, I'll get $25 plus a dinner.
I want to go to a BTS concert. I'm
Oh,
sad.
I don't want to go to a BTS concert.
No, you know what?
Yeah.
So I've had currently like 4 people that I know of try to get tickets for it,
Mm-hmm.
and none of them were able to get it. It was really bad.
Didn't they add more dates to that?
I mean, I would hope so. It's really bad.
I heard that the Rolling like a oh god, it was like a Latin band. I think it was a Mexican band. I think from LA. Just started to like they reunited and like the tickets for that sold faster than the Rolling Stones. That's what I heard.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what's the name of the band. I'm trying to figure it out. Oh my
I have
god.
no idea. The only thing I've heard about recently is BTS, and the funniest thing is I don't listen to BTS as much as I used to anymore. But that I don't know. I'm very surprised that like in this day and age, like where we currently are, concerts and like raves and whatnot are still a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I guess like with masks, I feel like it'd be okay, but that's still like a lot of people packed into a certain area. I'd feel a little like.
Well, yeah. That's speaking of. I think this would probably be in a quick segue into our first like topic. We're gonna talk about LA counties. I was gonna say California, but LA counties decision to make sure for people to have their vaccination, not cards but like proof of vaccination to enter like restaurants, movie theaters, public events, such as concerts, fairs, amusement parks, all of those things. So that's going to be our first topic. We're going to talk about movies because I think we did Shang-Chi, right? But like there's a lot of new movies coming out this month and next month that is like really on my radar.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to get an idea if you've heard any of these films. Probably not.
I know of the Eternals.
Oh yeah, Eternals is coming. Well, that's November, right?
Yeah, soon.
We'll talk about that later. And
Yeah.
then we'll talk about films. We'll talk about our favorite Halloween movies. So we'll kind of cap off our discussion with 3 topics. So we're gonna talk about COVID. We're gonna talk about films, and then we're gonna talk about our favorite Halloween
ending
films.
off lighthearted.
Ending off somewhat lighthearted because then again, Conjuring could be in the mix.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyways, going back to this iconic Mexican band Los Buques.
Los Bucas?
Kick off their tour with a sold-out show. This is back in August, so I think they sold their tickets faster than the Rolling Stones. So I've heard.
Oh, I've never
Yeah.
heard of them before.
Yeah, I'll put this in the link so people can check it out. So I'm gonna.
To be honest, I'm not really surprised. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
there are a lot of like Mexican bands that are pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
Like what's the dun, dun, dun. Anyway.
It was a sleep announcement. Whoops! I should silence my watch.
Sleep time. No, I feel like in terms of like songs that we hear in another language,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Spanish is very much in like the acceptable, pretty normal range.
Well, to be fair, I think isn't Spanish the most spoken language next to English? Right?
I'm not sure if that statistic is right,
see,
unfortunately.
We have the power of the internet in front of us. Spoken language in the world.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I guess it's English.
Eh,
Mandarin is second, and then Spanish,
yeah.
according to Google. First of all, I just did like a 2-second Google search.
Okay.
So
Very
I don't know.
rudimentary
I don't know
Google
how much of this
searching.
is true.
But no, yeah, no, like I feel like in terms of music,
Mm-hmm.
like listening to Spanish music is like
Mm-hmm.
reasonably like for me it's pretty normal.
Right.
And then like even when I grew up, like I don't know how to explain. I know there's a name for like those kind of songs, but like there are like a couple of staple songs that are stuck in my head that I like as soon as I hear it I'm like
You mean like reggaeton?
I don't think it's reggaeton. It might be, but
Mhm.
there's just like a certain type of music. I don't know how to describe it, and I don't know what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
But it just very much like makes me think about like 4th of July.
Really?
Well, for me in particular, when I was younger, I had like 4th of July cookouts at my grandma's house, and we lived in she lived in a cul-de-sac.
Okay.
And so it was very a very traditional thing that like every 4th of July and every Halloween, everybody from that cul-de-sac would gather together for like a week, a barbecue for the whole cul-de-sac.
Right.
And then my grandmother and I think my aunt and my uncle who lived with in the same house, they were like the only Asians in that entire cul-de-sac. So like you would imagine there was a lot of like different types of music.
It's like it's like the accordion.
Yeah, it was just so funny because we would there were so many times that like when I was younger, I remember I would go over to other people's houses and we'd like share food, right? So I'd be eating a lot of like tacos and like stuff like that. And they would come over and they would eat like the roasted ducks and the stuff from our side. It was just hilarious to me.
I think that's awesome. I think it's also awesome that like like when it comes to like taco meat, it's like I don't necessarily go for the asada, but like like the insides, the stomach, and like those are the things that I like also in my culture.
Yeah.
Like in my culture, so I'm just like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, just give me all of that, like menudo all the way.
I feel like it's funny too because like there's such a like intersectionality with food. Like it's not served the same way, but they use like the same ingredients. Like I know
and
in
like the techniques are somewhat different, but also could be the same.
Right. Yeah, and like intestines and stuff. Like I'm so used to seeing that at like dim sum or like seafood restaurants at night, so it doesn't like phase
like a Samwoo barbecue.
Oh yeah. Like and then like the duck and the intestines just hanging in front of the window. You're just like, I'm pretty sure any person who would walk into like one of those like restaurants would be like, this looks
which probably not a foodie. That has no context of like what is happening here.
I wonder if they've ever gotten like someone coming in, they're like, this is unsanitary. It shouldn't be hanging like this.
Honestly, because we live in such, I call it like the 666 or like SoCal bubble, where it's just like within that, like you have so many cultures of food. Like I think the same thing for like New York, but I feel like New York is kind of more European centric almost. But like because you're in this metropolitan area, like there's less of people going like this is unsanitary, or like Karens going like I want to talk to the manager because this is disgusting. I'm like, why are you even in this building, lady? Why are you even here? Yeah. It's like if you're gonna make this criticism, why are you here? Also, I just looked here on Babbel. I don't know what website this is. Babbel magazine. I think this is like the app. This is not a plug, but the app that talks about like teaches you how to speak a different language. Apparently, it has Chinese, 1.3 billion native speakers, but I think it might be conflating like Mandarin and Cantonese together.
Perhaps, but also like if you think about it, it did say that like Asians in general are like a growing population.
That's fair, and then Spanish is second. So I don't know. I don't know what's right here. I don't know if there's a Snopes specifically for languages, but apparently Google thinks it's English.
Oh,
yeah. Well, I don't know. We don't learn anything new. We just this has not panned out. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna somehow a news video was playing.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's it. We can segue.
Yeah. So, anyways, speaking about the news, we recently, I think literally about this morning, I believe. Was it this morning or was it yesterday? I think it was this morning, right? Let me check this.
I feel like it was yesterday, but maybe I'm wrong on that.
County.
It's
COVID.
okay. I'm completely ready to show my vaccine card.
Yeah, I know. Same. Wait, what was it? Proof of vaccination. There you go.
I was just watching a TikTok earlier today, and it was like this girl, right? And so I found a whole bunch of new lingo after looking so I have a cover on my vaccine card and it's decorated with stickers and stuff.
Do you want to show it but like without the vaccine card in there?
Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, why not? But so I found out they call it top loaders. And the funny intersectionality of like our conversation is that like people do this kind of thing with their like K-pop cards.
Oh, okay.
Because they get like their band members like in like photo cards and stuff like that. And so they like decorate it and make it look nice. Well, anyway, so I found out these are called top loaders. And after I looked it up on TikTok, there was a girl that popped up on my feed,
Mm-hmm.
and she had decorated her COVID vaccine card the same way, or she like put a cover on top of it, and
Mm-hmm.
like, here you go, this is mine.
Yeah, it's like it's almost it looks like it's bedazzled, but I think there's more to it. I think they like gone and like holographically added a few things or
You
something.
probably cannot see it from this
Yeah, you probably
distance,
can't see
but
it, but
it has bears on it.
it's like you remember our concept of like making a H3 podcast.
Yeah.
It's like it looks like the most like
Is this Trisha?
yeah,
Like,
that would be a Trisha Paytas thing.
I just thought it was cute, and I was like, okay, so I think I said the story last time we were doing
Fair.
the podcast,
Yeah.
but I almost tossed this out
Mm-hmm.
because it got mixed in with like receipts that I was about to toss out.
Did we oh yeah, I think we did talk about it on podcast.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
I
did.
said
we
something
did.
like that, and then I that's when I decided like I want to get like a protector. Plus, we're gonna have to
Mhm.
get booster shots potentially soon,
Mm-hmm.
so it's at least nice to get it protected. And also, really off topic, I
Right.
found out that there was a guy who went to like a thrift store
Mm-hmm.
and he found like an old vaccination card for when influenza was a big issue.
Really?
Yeah, and it's
I want
like
to see that video.
I if I can find it, I'll send it to you.
Okay.
But anyways, it's like old and yellowed now. So I would think that it'd be super funny if like years down the line someone just finds a bedazzled COVID vaccine card and then it just has all my information on it with a nice COVID like cover that's like pink and bedazzled. That thought just like sends me. It makes me laugh so
Oh,
much.
I've seen these. I've seen these record cards before.
Yeah, one.
Yeah, I've seen these, but like not like the old ones.
Yeah.
Not like the old ones that you're referencing.
But it's kind of like the same, you know. It's like a little paper card that's like handwritten and stuff.
Well, yeah. Well, it goes back to that thing where it's like you imagine these things being like new or like novel, novel coronavirus, but like even the vaccine is like 10 plus years of development, right? Before getting to it, and then like also even the concept of having a vaccine card, right? Like
Mhm.
that's not a new thing because like if you go to a doctor, right, they have your vaccination records.
Yeah.
It's essentially the same thing, but it's not like shrunk down to a card,
Yeah. But okay, anyways, before I forget,
Yeah, go
so
ahead.
I was watching the TikTok of the girl who bedazzled her COVID card.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like so the whole premise of it was like you're going somewhere and they ask for you to show something that's not your COVID vaccine card, you show it anyways, and they're like, that's not what I'm asking you to show.
Yeah.
So like one of the things she put in there was like if you go to an airport, right, and you go up to the desk,
Yeah,
right?
I'd like to check.
And then they're like, passport, please. And then she was like, oh, yeah, sure. Takes out COVID vaccine card. And she was like, and then shows the other, that's not what I need right now. She's like, okay. Puts it away.
Well, I think we're getting to that point where we're gonna need like the card in some way, shape, or form. I think. So I'm like sorry if I sound distracted, but I'm looking through verifying proof of vaccination. So it's by November 4th, according to ABC, or at least the local AMC,
Movie
ABC,
theaters?
not the theater, the our local ABC affiliate, right, is saying that it's November 4th. That's when it comes in. And it just says it looks like it's like a wide range of ways to show your vaccination other than your card. So there's like a digital record. I think you could also just take a picture of it.
That's what I find kind of interesting. How like there's like so many
Oh, wait,
different
no, you
places
can't.
where you can get like a digital record of
Yeah.
your vaccination.
I think there's an app, right? Is that what Clear Health Pass or something or?
I don't know. My uncle actually has a Health Mana one.
Oh, the Health on. I have Carbon Health.
Oh, well, his made it so that it
Mhm.
changes your vaccination record into something that is in your Apple Wallet. So it's not like you need like a screenshot. It literally just pops up in your Apple Wallet.
I think that's the same thing for me.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's the same thing.
That's cool.
Well, you just have to opt in, but I think my app is like kind of buggy,
Oh,
so I haven't had the
did you not
chance to
get
do
it?
that. Well, yeah, I haven't had a chance to move it into my wallet, but like really, you don't really need to because it even when you open up the app and do your fingerprint, like it just shows a QR code.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just I for the most part have been showing my vaccine cards. Actually, The first time that I got asked to show my vaccine card to go to something was actually the Cambodian Bupi Festival.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, this is
It
interesting.
happened there.
That was literally no. That's the first time I've been asked, "Can I see your vaccination record?" And I was like, "Okay."
And this is pre you having like a little cover for it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is it's partially the reason why I was like, I'm gonna get a cover for it because I was like, if I have to show it, I might as well make it look nice.
Well, you know, for like a guy's wallet, like it's like folding and like you know it like destroys it. Honestly, if you have a guy's wallet and you fold up a bunch, or a trifold, like receipts get destroyed. A bunch of stuff is gonna get destroyed. If you put your vaccination card in it, it's gonna get destroyed. Like you having like your wallet, like it's just nice, pretty big. You could open up.
I mean, they did. So this is what I was about, but there was a person that I saw
Mhm.
who went to Office Depot and they make the COVID card of like your COVID card smaller so it fits into your wallet.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know though. I think it might be that they photo scan it
Mm-hmm.
and then they make it into like a little card version that you can easily slip into your wallet.
Right.
But that was like, oh, it fits in a wallet.
Mhm.
And then yeah. But I don't know. I think it's cool that it's put into place because it is very important. But on the other hand, like I've said before in I think our previous podcasts, like I don't know how like a person on the outside or like if you're going to these events, how can they actually verify that you are vaccinated, right? Because like if it's just a card like this, right? It's not like it actually has your record of vaccination because you can just write it in. Whereas the QR code, I think may.
Oh yeah, are you saying like the booster thing too?
Well, I mean, in general, I just don't like, but because before they were saying like you need proof of vaccination in order to get to places, and
Right.
this was previously before this was announced.
Mm-hmm.
But in my mind, I was like, how is there any?
Oh,
way to
like you could get
prove-
like the like you could get your first shot, like your first official shot, right? And then you could just write in your.
Well, not even that,
Yeah.
but it was just like the fact that because like people sell like those cards.
Oh, the fake ones, yeah.
Yeah, and then like there's no way that they can verify that you're actually vaccinated, right? Because you just have the fake card and it just says all your information, but it's not real.
Yeah. Oh, did you hear that? I think there are some nurses that went to jail because they were selling official vaccination cards.
Oh,
Like, A, that's a federal crime. Also, do not do that.
Yeah.
If you're thinking about trying to make extra money in this pandemic, probably not a good idea.
You know what you can do? You can make cute COVID vaccine covers.
That's the thing I like about this whole I wouldn't say but I find fascinating about this pandemic is that those things are just basically um those name tag things for like small events or conventions and things like that. Yeah, and then like you see it online. I mentioned this before. You see it online on Amazon, and it's just selling as COVID vaccine card holders. And I'm I was like, these are clearly name tags, but somebody had the 2 seconds to change the name online to COVID vaccine card holders. Probably a lot of the people that couldn't sell to conventions.
Really. I mean, it's good marketing, but also like if you think about it, right? Because I was googling to buy this thing, there were a lot of people that were selling like it looked essentially like how you put a name tag on your luggage and it's like harder material so it doesn't break as easily.
Right.
They were basically selling that and it was like embroidered with like the plague doctor or like things that you like. So it essentially was like a luggage tag.
I think it's like its own like economy almost. It's like I think that there's those people that are very crafty enough that they'll find a way to profit in a legitimate manner. Not like selling fake and or real vaccination cards.
Please don't sell COVID vaccine
do not do that.
cards.
Yeah, do not do that. But like, ways where, people stylize masks, right? Or people find ways to figure stuff out. This PBS not PBS, NPR, sorry. Both publicly funded news sites, of which I tend to trust more. Says here, well, this is the lead line. It says, the Los Angeles County Sheriff won't enforce a vaccine mandate in his agency. And this is today. This is apparently today.
Will or will not?
Will not, won't enforce. Sorry, won't enforce the vaccine mandate. So the sheriff currently is Alex Villanueva. Says the county of roughly 18,000 employees. I think probably majority of them are deputies, but I think majority of them are like kind of like working in the police station. Really.
I see.
And so said in a Thursday Facebook Live event that he does not plan to carry out the county's mandate under which LA County employees had been fully vaccinated by October 1st. So, wait, sorry. We're not counting under.
I wonder if that whatchamacallit, that want to not follow it is due to his own personal preferences or if it's like something else. Like,
I think this is like it's one of those things where it goes back to that talking point of personal agency. Like people like the mandate has this tone and idea that you're being forced to take it. But in reality, there's all these other things that you could do. You could test constantly if you want. If you want to, okay, nose pussy all the time. Apparently, have you heard that?
yes.
No. Okay. So our Urban Dictionary coined the phrase nose pussy. I don't know why internet teens like to do this, but it's like the whole like jamming in like a Q-tip up your nose.
Oh, why?
I think it was a nussy or something like that. You know.
I mean, you can kind of do that with a COVID test.
A nussy. Is it a nussy?
Oh.
Urban Dictionary. Used as a verb. It means wait, no, sorry. What is a nussy and do people really enjoy having it swabbed? Okay, you know what? Maybe I should just stop.
I feel like where were we?
Where were we? Yeah, we were just talking. You know what? Let's stop.
I mean, okay. In defense of nussies, you kind of had to do that anyways this year because of the COVID testing and stuff. I mean, I've done it.
I think COVID testing has been more available. So I think the thing is that the mandates are the mandates for like county officials, people that work for or with the state in some way, shape, or form, right? When you're a county sheriff, you technically work for the LA County, right? You're not necessarily a private entity. Therefore, there's this mandate put on you as working as for the county, right?
Yeah.
And so, which is kind of weird because he's the sheriff. He's the sheriff, LA County sheriff, and he's basically saying straight out that he won't enforce this law.
I'm curious, like, maybe I guess I can. Okay, I don't understand it, but
I don't understand it either. So.
A lot of the arguments that people tend to gravitate towards when it comes to like talking about it is that it's infringing on personal freedoms. And I think the only reason why they would argue that is specifically because people are telling you to do something, right?
Yeah.
Because that's usually kind of like the thing that forces people to start feeling very antsy about stuff. And it's kind of like being like a little kid. You hate doing things that you're told to do, but if you're doing it out of your own volition, right? Like, why the hell not?
Yeah.
You know what? The best example is like high school. Okay, and like versus like middle school, because like in middle school, right, you get assigned seats, and you're like, I don't want to sit in this assigned seat. Why do I want to go here? And then when you go to high school, it's kind of like half, right? Because then you get a taste of freedom when the teacher's like, you don't have to sit in the exact same place every single time, but other teachers assign your seats. And then you're in college, and you're like walking into your lecture hall, and you're like, this is my spot. No one gets to sit here except for me. I want to sit here. This is my area.
Have you had that happen this semester?
No, but I mean, I usually just sit in the same seat, right?
Yeah, honestly, the same thing, yeah.
Right, exactly. And then you get to know the people around you, and they're like, where were you? I didn't see you in your spot. Oh, I went to the back. Right? So it's like...
yeah, well, I think the thing for me is like usually the left-handed table is in the same spot. There was one time the left-handed table was not in the front, and it was like all the way in the back.
I always forget you're left-handed.
Yeah, well, life does
right-handed privilege.
I feel oppressed. No, But god damn it. But like yeah, like world is not designed for us.
Yeah.
So like I would have to like scan around for a left-handed table.
Left-handed notebooks and scissors cost more. Like any left-handed materials cost more, huh?
Oh yeah, I just found it much more easier just to have loose paper as like just don't notebook at all.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, like it got to that point.
You should get a tablet, Apple Pad,
Apple
or
Pad.
the Pad Pro. But yeah, no, that's going back to what we were originally talking about, related to COVID. Yeah, I feel like that's partially it, right? Because I feel like if the government had never told you like you need to wear a mask, I'm pretty sure some people would have worn a mask. And then if it started passing on to other people, I don't think they would have started. There wouldn't be that much pushback against.
But I also
mask
believe
wearing.
like it shouldn't be a political thing though.
Well,
But it has become it. So that's the thing, right?
I think that's more so because it kind of became like the driving force
Mhm.
against, I guess, as they put it, leftists.
Go
I
ahead.
understand.
Keep going.
Go on, I guess.
Go on.
But yeah, no, I mean, I think that's like their rallying cry, right?
Right.
Like, but also, I don't know if this is related, but like thinking back to
Mhm.
everything that happened in the past year because so much happened.
Yeah, so much has happened.
Yeah, I wonder if part of it is like them repurposing a tagline that was used more so by not
By pro-life individuals.
or not pro-life, but like non-conservatives, because
Oh,
everything
yeah,
happened
yeah.
with George Floyd,
Mhm.
and then the whole thing was like I can't breathe,
Right.
and now part of their argument against wearing masks is because they can't breathe,
Yeah.
and then you kind of see the pattern repeating where they kind of repurpose a
Mhm.
tagline that originally meant one thing, but they're using it and redefining it into something that better suits.
Well, that
their
was that same
beliefs.
thing with like the whole like that's why I brought up like the pro-life community, right? Like
Yeah,
my
yeah,
body,
yeah,
my
yeah.
choice, especially when it comes to the vaccine.
Yeah.
I try my best to just say like do your own research and other things, but like I gotta be honest, at this point, what the 9-10 months after having the vaccine, after 8 months of not having it, um, I'm sure that a weird mutation could have happened already. You know what I mean? Like symptom like side effects or any of those things should have been like the first couple weeks, a month at best.
Yeah.
So like it, like by the time a lot of doctors has got it, I was just like, you know what, I'll just get it.
Yeah, might as well. Oh my God, Mike.
Oh, careful.
We're good. We're good.
Careful.
Everything is
Careful
fine.
over there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Everything is daijobu desu.
Okay, good.
Okay, anyway. But yeah, no, I find that whole point interesting. Just like the amount of pushback against it. I mean, also, I think Trump was very much a proponent against it.
Yeah.
So, and then, nowadays people always say that there's
it brought sides to the issue. It brought sides to the conversation. It made it that in itself made it into a political issue.
Right. And then also I think there's just like a growing faction in between or inside the Republican Party where you have like I guess people who are more moderate, I guess, versus people who I guess or they follow what they kind of dub as like Trumpism.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know. I just, in regards to like COVID vaccines and mask wearing and the whole thing about the LA County, I do wonder if the reason why he or the sheriff, right, chose not to implement those orders was because of his personal views. And I wonder if there are like any people that are kind of under him that don't want to or don't agree with his decision. Exactly. I mean, I'm pretty sure there are, but also
our Orange 43 was it 43 or 43rd president? I don't know.
Or Trump or
was it 44?
I think he was 45 actually, right?
Oh.
Because didn't he have a 45 on his hat?
Oh, that's right, 45.
Oh, he is 45. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, our 45th president. Sorry, president.
President.
Okay, that's how you know I'm very tired.
He's a Trump resident in the White House.
Oh God, he has. I don't know if this is his official website, but apparently, www.45office. I'm not gonna finish that URL
Yeah.
because no one needs to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, 45 had certain rallies, post his presidency that even his own supporters are like, even the mention of please take it, encouraging people to do it, um, are met with boos, and so it's like you've uncapped this kind of situation. I was gonna say beast, but you open this Pandora's box, right? Of individuals that are already feeling very passionate about certain things,
Yeah.
and it gives them an okay for those actions to have a place in
Yeah.
society, and whether that it comes in the form of being anti-mask or anti-vaccine, it really like understand where it comes from.
Yeah.
Where's that rhetoric comes from? Is it coming from 45, or is it coming from a doctor trying to sell his own like line of medicine, which aka not something that's legal, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, or an alleged doctor,
Yeah. I just the one gripe I have about the whole situation with
Mhm.
like people being anti-vax and stuff is that there's so many people who are proponents for it who are vaccinated.
Mhm.
Like, for example, Trump in its himself is
Right.
obviously he caught COVID and
Mhm.
he took remedies to get better, which on one hand I'm kind of like I'm very happy he didn't die from COVID, but on the other hand like
Mhm.
but um yeah, no, like some of the richest people in this entire world who tell like the lower class like
Mhm.
hey, you shouldn't get this thing have already gotten the vaccine.
Mhm.
So like the likelihood of them actually getting sick is lower. But to be fair, they're also out in public with no masks. So like how
That
well is that
yeah,
going to work? But
that's another thing.
besides the point, it's just why would you tell people to do a thing if you yourself are not doing the thing?
Or well, why tell people? Yeah, that's the thing. Like he himself has the resource as the president. Like you could make the argument and say, "Hey, he got through it. I can do it too." You don't realize he has like as many people to keep a president alive.
He literally is probably gonna be like along the lines of he cannot die because he
Yeah,
has to get the
yeah,
best
yeah.
care.
And if he does die, that's gonna be like national news. Like I think could probably be a conspiracy in itself if he did pass
True.
away.
Actually true. Very
Yeah, very much
true.
true. Exactly. So I'm just thinking, you know, for him, as much as I don't like him, it's these things are like tied together, right? Like you like wow, sorry, I don't know what I'm saying. I just had that moment where I just started saying words and I had no idea where I was going. But the thing was, it's like recognize as a normal individual or like bog standard individual, you don't have the same resources as like a national public figure, right?
Yes.
Nationally known public figure.
He,
Maybe like local, you probably have a lot more resources than the average person. But as the president versus me as a citizen, I don't have those same resources. So if that's for me, I'm gonna take the vaccine. That's all I'm saying.
me dying is not gonna mean anything. A president dying is gonna end up on the news and probably cause some sort of like
Same thing for like celebrities, right? Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
there is some sort of like political ramifications if one of them dies. If we die, it don't mean shit.
Exactly. What we like as
I mean, to our friends, obviously, but like
yeah, to our
in
immediate friends and family.
in the grand scheme of things, it's yeah.
And in the grand scheme of things, I know we probably spent like 30 minutes talking about this, and it was a meandering conversation at best. Um, do you agree with the mandates?
I personally think it should be,
Mm-hmm.
but on the other hand, I'm like, yeah, there should be like proof of vaccination, but also like, how can you prove it?
So that's like the thread here is like there's a sense that we can have these mandates, but like how much of these are actually going to be enforceable?
I mean, more so kind of like the whole thing with like, um, I this is kind of a very offhanded example, but the
Mm-hmm.
whole thing about like, people enforcing like really strict security at airports,
Mm-hmm.
like there's still like a whole bunch of stuff that happens afterwards,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so like in regards to like showing off your vaccine cards in order to go to places, it's like, yeah, you can show that you got vaccinated, but like there are probably going to be a lot of people who will slip through the cracks and
Mm-hmm.
be able to go to something even if they're not vaccinated just because they have.
Well, it's like it has to cover both vaccinations and people that tested negative, like recent COVID tests.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which,
I mean, to be fair though,
yeah.
there's also like people who can test negative but have not been vaccinated,
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing
right?
too.
So
Yeah.
it's just my gripe with it is like in my head, I like unless they give me an answer to how can you legitimately prove that somebody is actually vaccinated, then like it still seems like a very flawed mandate to have.
Yeah. I do agree with it. I think I share some of the same things that you do. You know, like it is kind of, come to think of it, like it is a mandate to encourage more vaccinations. I think that that is something that's put forward, but also, like I do worry. Yeah, how is it going to be enforced? You know, like like we, throughout this 20 months or so, like we learned that we don't do well with honor system.
Nope.
Nope. So I agree with it like 80-90%. Like
Right.
my only hangups are like if we're still thinking that we're playing on this idea that there's such thing as an honor system, like I don't know if we do have that
Yeah.
or do have the interest of other people, to do the right thing.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about this pandemic that I recently reheard a podcast about it. Is like the nature of this situation is that it's not that you're trying to protect yourselves, you're protecting other people. The ask
Right.
is not for yourself, it's for others.
Yeah. Actually, in regards to this, before we move on to our
Yeah.
next topic, I was watching a video, like a TikTok or something like
Mm-hmm.
that recently, and it was like a lady who I believe is anti-vax, does not support the vaccines and stuff.
Right.
And she was saying like, if you're vaccinated, why does it matter if anyone else does? You're immune. And I was like, well, first and foremost, you're not immune. You're just less likely to actually get, the worst symptoms of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
But also, like, don't you care about the other people that are living in the
Yeah.
world? There are like at least how many people have died? Like 700.
It's 700,000 since the last time we talked about it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of lives to that's I I was going to say that's more than 9/11, but like
Well, to be fair, 9/11, what, like 2,000 deaths? Like at one point across the United States, we had way more deaths, like 2 9/11s every day.
right, and
Yeah.
and look how like
Mm-hmm.
how highly regarded 9/11 is in compared to COVID, right? Like
Yeah.
it's just I still firmly am like, I think people should take COVID more seriously, and to any
Mhm.
person who doesn't agree with like getting the vaccine and protecting yourself, protecting your family
Mm-hmm.
and stuff, and calling everybody who gets it a sheep, like why?
Yeah.
Why are
Sheeple.
you why are you questioning it so much?
So, oh yeah, so deaths according to October 7th, 2,426. Oh, well, doing very quick Google searches, and then death toll of official. Okay, so there's less than like it. I think the point, not point difference, not point. The number difference is about 400 or so.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's 2,977 of immediate deaths. We're not counting also, like, I think the deaths that should count also is the emergency responders that are dying of cancer years after that too.
Yeah.
So
Oh my god. And okay, this is
does that number account for that too? Oh no, it doesn't. No,
this
no.
is completely unrelated, but on a similar rant note.
Mm-hmm.
You know how there's that whole thing about like caring about abortions because it's like children,
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
I do have a gripe with like parents being like, kids shouldn't have to wear masks in school
Mm-hmm.
because it's just like they're being put in the same situations as like the elderly in nursing homes in the beginning, and now kids are getting sick. Like you're putting your kids at risk.
Yeah, yeah. It's something that I think parents on an individual level should really consider and think about, and advocate for themselves. But also at the same point is like, don't harass teachers. If you
Yes.
really think that this is a thing, just get your kids out of school. If you want to do that, if you want to risk federal charges, I think that there are like, if you don't enroll, like if you don't get your kids to school, I think that there's some like child neglect there. Like you could be charged for child neglect.
Something.
So I've heard. I don't. Obviously, as a normal person or a normal citizen, you don't really have an encyclopedic knowledge of the laws, but
Yeah.
I think you run the risk of certain things, right? And there are also school district that says you could just opt out, like like you could just not have your kid at school, and you have to take care of them, and then make sure they continue their studies online, of which I think majority of kids do not want to do, right? So if you really feel that hard about it, like you could just get your kid out of there.
Yeah.
I think that's another issue that we also need to talk about too. Is like how much of a risk that is for like state funding for schools. Because they get paid for certain things. Having a certain population of students, right?
Right.
So that's just we need to just have a conversation, but no, don't like physically abuse your teachers
Yeah.
because they are doing their best.
It's a hard time right now.
It's a very hard time. And, kudos for California itself, though, at least from all of the situations where we have, like the, sorry. Let me try to think about what I'm trying to say. With all of the ups and downs that COVID had, I think throughout California, I don't know if there's a single school district in California that is closing.
Yeah.
Because of the pandemic, and you have 2,000 schools across the United States closing down because of the pandemic.
I mean, actually, like this, California has been doing like very well. So
Yeah, first state to get an like reducing COVID numbers amongst like I guess the counting for like Delta variants and all of these things. I know we're still on COVID and it's almost like 40 minutes.
okay, you know what? We need to move
Yeah.
on.
So I think we just wanted to at least cap on how we feel about the mandates and all of these things. Please wear masks. We're going to our spooky section, a
Yay.
more lighthearted section, somewhat. I just want to share this thing. I don't know if this is on your radar, Kalani. When you said Daijobu desu, did you hear about the Japanese earthquake, the
Yeah.
Tokyo earthquake?
One of the people that I watched was in the middle of streaming and it hit.
Who is it? So do we want to shout out?
Oh, no.
No? Oh.
Well, I mean, he's a really big YouTuber.
Yeah.
He's
Is he abroad? Like
He's
Japan?
related to.
Yeah, it's related to him. Okay.
It's
Is it the
Sea Dog VA Connor?
Is he the Australian?
No, he's Welsh.
Welsh.
He's a Welsh dude.
Oh.
I think you're talking about the Asian guy, Joey.
Not him. Okay, sorry.
The anime man.
Not the anime man. I was like, he's Welsh.
Well, the white guy.
White guy with like red beard. Oh, maybe it is. Oh, goddamn.
Well, anyways, he's
yeah.
from he's very close to that really long Welsh city, Lenberg. I don't know how to say it.
Glastonbury?
No, it's Lenberg. God, It's the long Welsh town. Yeah, it's the long.
Oh,
Welsh
it
town.
even has a. Oh, okay. You know what? I'm not even gonna attempt. It's like how many letters? 58 letters long.
Yes.
Okay, well.
Anyways, it's that one. But yeah, I saw him in the. There was like a thing on my Twitter, and he was like in the middle of streaming and it hit.
Mm-hmm.
That was very strong. I don't actually know the magnitude though.
I think the last this is Japanese time.jp. It is okay. Oh, it was initially reported as 6.1, but I think the following magnitude was about 5.9.
Oh, I mean, to be fair, everyone has been saying that like everywhere has been due for a earthquake soon. Like,
I think some people have explained it to me as like, as things melt, stuff like volcanoes and earthquakes are like they're heightened or something. I don't know how the science work. I just understand people smarter than me are saying this, and I'm just like, uh huh, okay. I
yes,
should be scared. Okay, cool. Thanks.
but yes, that
Yeah.
that was a thing I remember.
So that's spooky. Let me see. If this is published today? Question mark.
Today.
It says October 8th, but I don't know if that's local time in Japan. Like October 8th could be like yesterday for them.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I don't think in this article it says anything about death or killed. Let me see.
Well,
I'm like control fine.
that would be good if no one got
Yeah.
hurt.
Well, according to through control fine, I don't think that there's according to this, I don't know if there's death, but Tokyo and Japan as a whole does have very strict building codes.
Yeah.
So you imagine a lot of people know how to deal with earthquakes, especially in that country, and like us all living on the West Coast.
I mean, actually, I did hear from someone related because Chris Broad, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Australian guy, Joey,
Mm-hmm.
his girlfriend Aki, did a video recently. Her name is Aki Dearest on YouTube if you want to
Mm-hmm.
watch it. But she did a video recently on Japan and how they actually have earthquake centers
Mm-hmm.
that you can learn about earthquakes and earthquake readiness, and they have like very different like interactive areas for you to like practice things. For example, there was a room that she went into that was like pitch black. You couldn't see it. It was smoke. Actually, it might be a fire one. That one might have been a fire one. But besides the point, there's a lot of earthquake centers that teach you about what to do in case of an emergency. And she said that a lot of people don't know it, but Japan very consistently gets earthquakes, like at least like once a month.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. That's scary. I'm sorry.
that's
Yeah,
scary.
that's scary.
That's scary.
You know what? I'm just a small person. I'm so little.
I'm so little.
I don't understand earthquakes. But that's true. Like I think only in Japan did like a special where, or like not a special, but like a YouTube episode where maybe it's one of these testing centers or like education centers where they're just like, we're gonna simulate 1998 the earthquake or the earthquake in 2001. Like they'll simulate specific earthquakes and like show people like what to do and like how to make sure things are put like on walls or like mounting furniture onto walls. So yeah, like I think as a culture, like it's like built in where it's like building stuff has to like keep people safe. I think there's an emphasis on that, and I think Japan just kind of like has that in spades, especially. So I know we had a earthquake detour, but going back, we're recording on the 8th on a Friday.
Yep.
Starting a 3-day weekend without realizing it.
Yep.
I think there's a bunch of other things that we could talk about, but we will definitely talk about next week. But we're gonna do horror movies. Yes, we're gonna talk about films, horror films. So let's. I wasn't really prepared for this. Let's just have a casual conversation about Halloween and like some of the films that we saw and like to get us ready for the Halloween mood.
Okay.
So to start off, let's just go through kind of like non-scary Halloween movies to all the way up to like really scary films that we've probably seen.
Okay.
So what is one of the Halloween films that kind of gets you in the mood for Halloween?
When I was younger,
Mm-hmm.
this is kind of going to go into a small story.
Oh yeah.
I didn't.
High School Musical. Just kidding.
You know what? It is related to Disney, so it's half related.
Oh,
but
is it Halloween Town?
It is Halloween Town.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, no. So when I was younger, I didn't have Disney Channel on my TV because we didn't have cable. So any single time or any single time. Every time I wanted to watch anything related to Disney Channel or something, it would usually, for the most part, be at my cousin's house. And I remember watching Halloween Town and Halloween Town 2, and that I think kind of like very much ingrained Halloween into my. But to be fair, I also always loved Halloween.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
But yeah, no, Halloween Town is definitely one of those like feel good movies that kind of like bring me back into like feeling like a kid, and also on top of that, like it's just shot very well.
I think I would say Halloween Town does like get me into the Halloween mood. Another like this might be a cop out, but I also like watching like old 90s like Halloween specials. Like, you know, the old Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors like from 1 all the way up to like 10 or so are like classics to me. All of the scary Hey Arnold episodes, I gotta introduce you to more Hey Arnold
Yeah,
episodes.
I need to watch more Hey
Like
Arnold.
you, if you, as long as you have Hulu, you got it.
I
But
don't got Hulu.
I think I might sign up because I think family members are like, you know, tighten up the belt recently.
Do you have an all-time favorite Halloween movie that you will absolutely watch as October comes?
Shoot. It's gonna go back to horror, but like horror comedy. So like Army of Darkness.
Oh, I totally thought you were gonna say like scary movie.
Oh no, it's like Army of Darkness, like Evil Dead Army of Darkness, not like new Netflix Army of Darkness. The for whatever reason, it's like one of the only Evil Dead movies that I could sit through as a kid and not get scared of. Like I think that like that third film was like skewed so much into like horror comedy that like as a kid that did not have a high tolerance for horror films at the time, I was just like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna vibe with this.
I feel you. No, my absolute favorite Halloween movie is Hocus Pocus, which is like the very cliche answer.
Yeah, I never got the Hocus Pocus bite.
I love Hocus Pocus.
Should we have a Hocus Pocus like day?
I'd be down.
Yeah.
I love Hocus Pocus. It's such a good movie. I mean, I think part of why Hocus Pocus is such a like a big favorite among so many people is that, for one, it's like in that era of films that everybody, at least nowadays, always goes back to, which is like late 1990s. Like,
no, it's actually early 1990s.
Is it early 1990s?
Dude, it's like 1993.
It's somewhere like 1990s, that era of films, because everybody always goes back to like that era ish.
Yeah, like the old Addams Family. I think Halloween Town kind of like 1999 almost, or like early 2000s.
I mean, there's a lot of cult classics, right? Like isn't Back to the Future? No, it's earlier, isn't it?
Back to the Future is 1980s.
Yeah. Well, anyways, there's a lot of films from the
Beetlejuice. I think Beetlejuice is 1990. Is it? Let me see. Let me go. It's like right there. No, 1988. Well, let me see. Witches.
It's always in that era though. That era of film. That
so like mid 80s all the way up to like 1990.
Yeah, and then like kind of like the, I don't know if it is, but like, you know, like the Home Alone era type of films. But that Home Alone is very much more a Christmas film than it is Halloween film.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
But you know, people always jump from Halloween to Christmas. They always skip Thanksgiving.
Well, to be fair, there's no such thing as like a Thanksgiving movie, really.
I'm pretty sure there is somewhere, but
I'm sure. I'm sure it's like it's basically a film set in like Maine.
But to be fair, what entertaining thing can you make about Thanksgiving? But okay, besides the point though. But yeah, no, I've always liked like Hocus Pocus, and then in like recent film or shows that have been very like good on Halloween, Stranger Things, like one of the seasons is literally based on Halloween.
Yeah, that was like the Ghostbusters season, right?
Was
that the second?
I think
season?
it is season 2.
Season 2.
Yeah,
because season 3 was set in like fall. What? No, summer.
4th of July.
4th of July.
Yeah, and then the first one was Christmas. Second one was Halloween. Third one was 4th of July, and the fourth one, it might be Thanksgiving. Wait, hold on.
Do you think it's Thanksgiving? Well, we're not gonna get it until what? Next year.
Yeah.
2022. We just got the first spooky trailer.
Yeah, it looks really good though.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch it.
Well, anyway, yeah. Okay, what about like scary horror films? Is
Like
there any?
really scary films. I remember like one of the first scary movies I've seen as a kid, which I was like way too young to watch, was probably Scream,
Oh,
because I was like born like I was, born 94. So it's like I was of a kid age by the time Scream came out, and so I was just like probably shouldn't have watched that movie.
yeah,
And also it's like one of those things, it's like a home invasion movie, so like as a kid, like kind of a latchkey kid almost, like we left at home when parents would have to go to grocery shopping.
yeah.
So like that movie had scared the shit out of me about like being alone at home. Like when I
Understandably
was a
so.
kid, parents gone, it was like lock all the doors. I'm not gonna go outside. I'm not doing that. Nope, not happening. I know it's
Understandably
like
so.
midday. I know there's nothing to be worried about, but I'm not doing it. Not doing it.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that one. I'm trying to think. Was there a horror film that I ever watched? Oh, you know what? There was, but I didn't watch it. I watched it when I was like middle school.
Right.
I think. Oh God, I can't pinpoint what it was, but I'm willing to bet that it was The Conjuring. I
Mm.
watched the Conjuring movie, and
Ooh.
I absolutely hate horror films.
Oh. Here's the one that I had a lot of memories as a middle school student. Dead Silence.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it. It's like ventriloquist dolls.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
and apparently it's like a cursed doll with like this like it's okay. It's like a Chucky, like how Chucky is a doll film. It's like it's a doll film, but also a ghost film, because like there's like a whole curse of like a ghost
mm,
associated with it. And if you scream and like if you scream, it'll kill you by like I guess you'll die by fright, but also like they'll take out your tongue. Yeah. I think that there's like a Japanese folklore to that, like where like wasn't it like the lady with like the giant cut around her face,
I
and like
don't.
if you say
Momo.
not Momo is more modern, but like this one
Yeah.
is like one where it's like if you scream, she'll kill you, because the whole point is that she's supposed to be like very beautiful, right? And if you take off
Mm.
the mask,
Oh, I vaguely remember this.
yeah, if you take off
Yeah.
the if when she takes off the mask, and like what you have to do apparently in this folklore is like you either say yes, or you have to just like ignore. You just like ignore.
Yeah.
But if you scream, you die.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I have actually two very funny memories of when I was like a kid. So,
Yeah.
and to segue from the Dead Silence reference,
Mm-hmm.
um, I'm scared of Chucky, but I've never watched a Chucky film in my life. The main reason why I'm scared of Chucky is when I was younger, I would go over to a friend's house,
Mm-hmm.
and her mom, for some reason, I'm pretty sure it was, but I might be Mandela affecting my brain here.
Mm-hmm.
She had I feel like a Chucky doll sitting on a chair in the corner of her bedroom
Mm-hmm.
that was just chilling there. And every single time I had to go use the bathroom, I had to walk by that doll and then go into the master bedroom and then turn, because it was like the master bathroom, right?
Right.
And it was one of those like, so the bedroom would be open like so the door would be on like the left side of the room, right, if you're standing
Mm-hmm.
in it. And then if you and on the back side here is the bed,
Right.
and then it opens up into like an open frame that has like a sink.
I think I remember you telling me this story.
Yeah, but
before.
anyways, and then the inside is like the bathroom. But anyway,
Yeah.
so there would be like a tall bar stool chair in the corner next to like a cabinet or something.
Why?
And then it would just be sitting there. So every single time, and the room's dark. So like every single time I had to go use the bathroom, I would just run by and then run back, and that's why I'm traumatized with Chucky.
Mm-hmm.
And then as I got a little bit older, there was one time I remember I came back home from school. My mom picked me up,
Right.
right? And she had been watching, what is it? The Japanese one with the girl who crawls out of the TV.
Ring?
Yeah, she was
Yeah,
watching The
Ring.
Ring by herself
Oh God.
with zero volume.
Wait, I feel like your parents are younger than my parents. Do they like horror films?
So funny enough, I think my mom's okay with it. My dad's exactly like me. We're scaredy cats. We can't watch
okay.
it. But my mom just I think she heard from her brother, my uncle,
Yeah.
to like watch The Ring, or someone told her to, but she just watched it with zero volume on, so it wasn't as scary.
Mm-hmm.
But even recently, she was watching oh god, what was it? You know the one that has is it the nun? It has, anyways, it has like a nun that's in like a picture on
Mm-hmm.
the wall, and it like stares at you, and the face looks really like messed up. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Like those like Halloween decorations that are like kind of like holograms.
No.
Oh
Like
wait, sorry.
it's like a film where the ghost is like in a painting on the wall, and it looks like a nun.
I think it might be Conjuring.
It might be The Conjuring. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, my mom was watching that by herself too. So I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
either you're not scared of horror films, or you're just really good about it. I can't tell.
I think it may be both.
Yeah, but yeah, so she's done that, and then she watches a lot of crime shows and ghost things. So she, like, literally part of my high school years, like, I remember sitting in the living room watching Ghost Whisperer,
Ghost Whisperer,
which
Ghost
is the
Adventures.
TV show, which
Yeah.
is like a shopkeeper, like, can talk to ghosts.
Interesting.
Oh, and then speaking of more horror films, going to segue with my mom.
Yeah.
She actually showed me the one with the, what is it called? The one where the little kid goes, "I see dead people."
Oh, The Sixth Sense.
Yeah, so she
Yeah.
showed me that one. Would that count as a horror film?
I think that's more like thriller.
Yeah,
But it's like within the
the genre.
the genre and like of horror.
Oh
Yeah.
well. Anyways, yeah, she showed me
Let me see.
Sixth Sense, and I was like, cool. This is a little scary, but it was cool.
Sixth Sense.
I mean, to be fair, there are a lot of like horror films that are categorized as being thrillers nowadays. Like, I think Us is considered a thriller instead of a horror film, right?
Yeah, and we dragged you to watch Us.
Us was so scary.
Wait, you went and it was with my brother. Okay, so it's supernatural psychological thriller film.
Yeah.
I think Silence of the Lambs was like was titled as a horror film, but ended up later being categorized like post Oscar win as like a psychological thriller. Or I think it was one of the first films that really coined the phrase psychological thriller.
Oh.
I think I could be wrong, but yeah. Going back to film, what? So the scariest films as an adult. Scariest films as adult. Reality is the scariest thing.
To
I'm
be
just kidding.
honest, now, yeah, honestly, now that you might bring it up, no, it's really scary.
The Inconvenient Truth, the second part. You know what? That jump scare.
I mean, for a second, I'm pretty sure like my my college experience could have been categorized as like
A horror,
Purge.
horrific.
No, legit. I walked into campus one day. Everyone was crying. I was just like, what is happening? Did I miss? Well, okay, to be
What
fair,
world-changing event happened when everybody cried?
to be fair, that particular day was when Trump got elected.
Okay, yeah, that was fair. Okay, that's fair. Oh, well, there was also that year where Ben Shapiro, yeah, tried to go onto our campus.
You know-
and then it was just all hell broke loose.
I'm not gonna lie, in like a really like very funny twist of events nowadays, I actually wanted to go.
You know, I did in a way as like morbid curiosity.
Me too.
Just kind of, it wasn't like I agreed with his argumentative style.
very
It wasn't
much-
like that I agreed with him in any way, but it was more like just out of morbid curiosity. I just kind of wanted to check
Me
it out.
too.
Yeah.
So when everything happened and I ended up in the crowd, I was just like, well,
I guess I can't go in. I just kind of like left. Like when I saw the crowd building up and I heard like the whole thing of like armed people were coming through, I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go to class. I'm just not dealing with this.
yeah, no, it was kind of scary when they were saying that people were bringing guns onto campus or something.
Yeah, I think it was just unnecessary. I think also, to be fair, he's the type of person that likes to do those things. Like
Yeah.
it's like is that like one pro firearm person, which for me personally, when it comes to firearms, I'm like, do whatever you want, just as long as you don't kill other people.
Mm-hmm.
But like she just her thing is just she just wants to provocate. But going
Yeah.
back to films though, scariest film as an adult other than reality.
To be honest, I avoid a lot of horror films whenever I can. So I don't actually watch too many. The main one that I've watched, like, if I had to say, like, a lot of the films I watch nowadays are more thrillers than they are horror because I can't do horror.
Okay, I think as best for me, the horror films that I would watch personally, like if I would go out of my way to watch, are more the Conjuring films. They're like very watchable, and
Are
they're
you,
very rewatchable too.
do you feel like it's because like it's been so long, it's kind of like a staple now type of situation?
I think part of it, yes, and I think also they're just like the first couple ones that were directed by James Wan is like they're very well done films,
Mm.
you know. So I was just like, yeah, of course, yeah, it does kind of lean towards more like the jump scary, the problem of horror films that have current horror films have, but like it's one of those series that I feel like it's in for me it's very rewatchable. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't bridged over to foreign horror films, but I heard that they're way more scarier than like what we have here
Oh,
in the
hell
US.
yeah.
Yeah, I think like Ringu, like the Japanese version, is supposed to be scarier. Like there's like Philippine versions of like horror films that apparently is much more metal than
Hmm.
American films. So I haven't bridged over.
I've watched, I think, a couple of them.
Wasn't there like a bunch of like other Korean, like yeah, Bong Joon Ho did a horror film before.
I don't remember.
It was the one where it's like a slug that like killed people or something.
I don't remember.
I forgot. Let me Bong Joon Ho horror film.
Well, in terms of like abroad ones, I remember watching one. The whole premise of it was like it was a live stream that these people. Actually, I don't remember if it's a foreign one or not, but essentially it was like these kids were doing a live stream, and
The host. There you go.
they were they basically had to walk around. It was like related to ghost hunting and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then people were just dying one by one to something, and no one knew what it was. And it would
Oh,
just
it's more
flash
like a
to
found.
It was like those handheld camera
Yeah.
movies. Yeah.
Was it the Chernobyl project or Chernobyl? Then what was it like?
Oh, maybe I don't remember.
Yeah, yeah, something like that.
Well, okay. To answer your question though, my probably scariest film right and in current times would be Us.
Us? Oh, did we
I thought it was a
traumatize
little
you?
bit scary.
It was more scary.
But the one that I kind of want to watch, which is kind of like I think it toes the line of being a horror film, even though it's not exactly Halloween. I kind of
Right.
want to watch Jessica's Body.
Oh, is it Jessica Body or Jennifer's Body?
Jennifer's Body. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just like, wait a minute.
I'm really bad at my films today.
You know,
God.
she is playing another vampire character this year.
Again?
Not Jennifer. It's not like a sequel to Jennifer's Body, but it's like a movie. Like it's it's a vampire movie, but like she plays like a vampire.
I'm not gonna lie, she kind of fits into that role, so I'm not too surprised.
She's great in
Megan-
more ways than one.
Megan Fox is great. I think she's really cool.
Mhm.
I'm very interested to see where she goes. She and Brendan Fraser are two.
A lot of the people like of the mid 2000s era that I think Megan Fox is a little older in that, not older like age wise, but like a little later in the mid 2000s. But like of those actors and actresses that like came up early, like Brendan Fraser was like early 2000s.
Yeah.
Megan Fox was like mid to like late 2000s.
She's definitely younger.
Yeah, she's definitely younger, but like she was put very much in a box. And I think Kristen Stewart right now has like she's gonna have her reconnaissance.
Yeah, I really want to watch her as Princess Diana.
Yeah,
I'm curious.
It is Oscar baity though. I'm just worried that it's Oscar baity.
Okay,
but I'm just gonna watch. Like I think I'm just gonna watch it.
In a really like non-related topic though, I saw the movie poster for her film and it's gorgeous.
Spencer, right?
Yeah, it's so pretty as like a movie poster.
Mm-hmm.
If you hung it in an art gallery, no one would probably guess that it was a movie poster.
Oh, is this the one?
Yeah, it's that one. I
It,
think it's such a pretty movie poster.
I think it might be a reference to an actual artist too. I think it does look, it does remind me as something that I would have seen in
Mm.
a. You know, every place has their inspirations, right?
Yeah, but
It's a really
definitely.
great poster too, by the way.
Yeah, no, it's such a pretty poster. I in the future, I'd love to see more like very well done. Ooh, excuse me, I just burped really hard. This is I
Yeah,
blame the
it's
sparkling
really this
water.
Kirkland like mineral water. Sorry.
I know, but I want to see movie posters like that. It's just
Hmm.
so pretty and like I just want to see more.
I think it captures the emotion of the film in like the most like minimal way, right? It's
Yeah.
not the Avengers poster. It's not this. Although, like I feel like Star Wars posters are very artful
Mhm.
in their presentation. You know, like
Mhm.
I think there's something to be said about a film poster that can be very simple in its
Yeah.
direction. Yeah. Um, and it's like a lot of like I think that there's a lot of like body acting that's happening in that moment, like when she's you know, doing, I think this probably has done like part of a photo shoot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping cool things for Kristen Stewart, you know, this year. Okay, so last topic. I know it's about like almost like an hour and like 10 minutes at this point. I'm just gonna go. We're just gonna quickly talk about in like maybe 2 minutes some films that we're hoping to see this year. I think the floodgates has opened. We've had this weekend. We have James Bond.
Right?
We have announcements for Dune.
Right.
The DL Villeneuve movie. Um, we have Wes Anderson coming out soon, the 22nd this month.
Yep.
We have just a lot of films coming out. I think Venom just came out last week. And my thing that I'm just trying to get out of my mouth is like, what are some of the films that are on your radar from now until December? I think.
I definitely want to watch the Spider-Man film when it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just because Marvel,
Right,
Marvel
definitely.
do Marvel things. Um, I actually haven't had a chance to look up what under the radar films I would want to see. Actually, to segue from our original, like what we were talking about earlier, Spencer
Mm-hmm.
was one of them.
Spencer, yeah. I just saw the trailer for this one called Red Rocket.
Oh.
It's like a guy that comes back to a small town and he's like a former adult film actor,
Mm.
and like I guess just drama ensues, and it's like it's takes place in like a southern state. I
Mm.
imagine Florida. I want to say Florida, but I could be
Mm.
wrong. It could be Texas. I don't know. I just know that like the acting that I saw in that like 2 minute clip, I was just like, oh, I'm definitely gonna watch
This
this.
is pretty good.
Oh, there's another one that's like a super okay. These are boring movies, by the way.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
to a
look it
lot of
up
people,
too.
these are boring to a lot of people. But it's like it's mainly drama films that are on my radar. There's one where it's like two families that have survived a mass shooting,
Oh.
and then one of the kids are what is a perpetrator, and then the other family is the victim.
Oh.
And so it's like it's just them in a room talking, right?
That sounds interesting.
I think, and it's like intense. Like apparently, this movie is supposed to be really intense. I'm trying to find the movie. Two, oh god, two families, one.
I don't know if that's gonna work, but perhaps it might. Um, yeah, there's actually a lot of interesting films that came out this year.
Yeah.
I don't know if I exactly have anything near the end of like 2021 or like as that are coming out soon that I've picked as like I definitely want to watch that.
Mm-hmm.
I think more so because I'm very much like the type of person to be like goes to the movie theater, huh? I wonder what I can watch today.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not really like I have anything set in mind for like, oh, I definitely want to watch this or I definitely want to watch that. It just kind of like happens.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's the okay. So for me, the film that is just kind of like that I just mentioned is like two pairs of parents. It's called Mass. It's a
mm.
2021 film. Parents of a the parents of a victim of school shooting. That's a hell of a sentence. Meets face to face with the parents of the perpetrator.
What is it called again?
Mass. MASS.
Mass.
Mass. Yeah.
There was one that I did want to watch. It's out already though. I don't know if it counts. The Green Knight.
Oh yeah, The Green Knight. Yeah, it's. I haven't seen it yet either.
Me neither.
I don't know why I'm whispering.
I heard it's. Isn't it supposed to be kind of like a thriller movie?
So it's supposed to be like a modern take of a like a Knights of the Round Table film. So it's I've heard that there is a where is my mind going? Um that the ending was a little bit controversial, like you know or whatever. But I want to see the film for myself because it's like first of all, I'll watch any film that A24 makes. Doesn't matter. It could be a crazy Twitter stripper thing, right? In I forgot what that movie was called. Shit. Chronicle, right? The first movie that was made out of a Twitter story. Yeah. It could be Minari. It could be Green Knight. I just want to watch more of that studio production, or like that house
It's
that
kind
makes
of
that film.
interesting because like A24 is coming up as like an indie film kind of feel.
Let's
type
see
thing.
who owns A24.
But so same thing with like in relation to horror films, Bloomhouse.
Oh yeah, Blumhouse by Universal. Yeah.
Yeah, is a big like horror film like factory. Is that the right word? It churns out so many movies.
Yeah. Well, it's a company. Yeah.
Touche.
I don't think they're owned by. It's an independent entertainment. Okay. Based in New York. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so they're independent. I don't know if they're owned by anybody. Owners. Okay. No, I don't think so. But their merchandise system really interesting. They love they love their books.
Oh.
Yeah. So one of these days, I wish to come across a collection. Yeah. Anyways, we are at time here. I know it's been a long time. This is that's the thing. I feel like if we're in person, we would like to ramble a little bit. But now, I think we're both in a conversation because now we have two laptops.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got my old one. I got mine. We're in person. I think last week we weren't. But we will now wrap up. Hopefully we'll get a new costume. So my challenge this week, if you choose, by the way, there's no choice. I'm just kidding. If you choose, we'll just do a podcast every week, and every week is a different costume. I don't know if we're gonna Disney bound it all, like just wear a color or whatever. But hopefully next week we'll figure out a costume.
I mean,
we need to plan.
We kind of figured it out.
I just found a blue shirt, and I'm just like, okay, this is my Stitch, and then all of these souvenirs that my brother got for me.
To be fair, I came here looking half like Lilo and half like how I look like at work. I have I have my. I can't do my I have tights on.
Oh, okay.
I
was like, what are you doing?
I was about to kick my leg up, but I don't got the flexibility to do that. But besides the point,
the agility. And so thank you for being part of this podcast. Yes. I know we've had a rambling conversation a little bit, but I hope you enjoyed. And we'll talk to you in the next time.
Yeah.
Iki, bye.
Bye.